In the hustle and bustle of modern life, we often find ourselves grappling with anxieties, uncertainties, and a general sense of unease. Like a ship lost at sea, our minds wander aimlessly, tossed about by the waves of endless thoughts and emotions. But within each of us lies an inner compass, a source of strength and resilience that can guide us towards a state of mental clarity and well-being. Today, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, guided by the wisdom of a wandering monk. Our guest, a seasoned traveler on the path of inner peace, brings with him a wealth of experience and a unique perspective on the human condition. He has spent years observing the intricacies of the human mind, studying the habits that weaken us and the practices that empower us. He has witnessed firsthand the transformative power of self-awareness and the profound impact of mindful living. Through his insightful stories and gentle humor, he will illuminate the path towards mental strength and resilience. This journey is not about achieving some unattainable state of perfection, but rather about cultivating a deeper understanding of ourselves. It's about recognizing the patterns of thought and behavior that hold us back and learning to break free from their grip. It's about embracing our imperfections, celebrating our strengths, and cultivating a sense of inner peace that can weather any storm. So, let us begin this exploration with open hearts and open minds, ready to receive the wisdom that awaits us. Just as a gardener tends to their garden, weeding out the unwanted plants and nurturing the ones that bear fruit, so too must we cultivate our inner landscape. We must identify the habits that weaken our mental fortitude and replace them with practices that nourish our minds and strengthen our resolve. This is not a quick fix, but a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. Are you ready to embark on this transformative journey with us? Procrastination, a word that resonates with many of us, a familiar companion on the journey of life. It whispers sweet nothings our ears, promising us endless tomorrows to accomplish the tasks of today. It lures us into a state of inertia, where action is replaced by intention, and dreams remain just that, dreams. But what happens when even a monk, dedicated to a life of discipline and mindfulness, falls prey to the seductive allure of procrastination? Our monk friend, a seasoned practitioner of meditation, once found himself in a peculiar predicament. The time for his daily meditation had arrived, yet his mind, like a restless monkey, flitted from thought to thought. "I'll meditate later," he told himself, "after I've organized my scrolls." And so he embarked on a meticulous task of arranging his ancient texts, each scroll carefully placed, each title meticulously examined. Hours passed, and the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the monastery walls. Suddenly, a realization dawned upon him. He had procrastinated his meditation by engaging in another task, a seemingly productive one, yet one that had ultimately distracted him from his primary purpose. And in that moment of clarity, a smile spread across his face. He had stumbled upon a profound truth. Even procrastination could become an object of meditation. He sat down, closed his eyes, and began to explore the very nature of procrastination itself. He observed the subtle movements of his mind, the justifications, the excuses, the allure of delay. He saw how procrastination, like a cunning illusionist, disguised itself as productivity, luring him away from the present moment. And in that observation, a shift occurred. He realized that procrastination was not an enemy to be conquered, but a teacher to be understood. The human mind, a marvel of creation, capable of extraordinary feats of imagination, innovation, and analysis. Yet this very same mind, when left unchecked, can become a relentless churn of thoughts, a whirlwind of anxieties, a labyrinth of endless possibilities. We analyze, we dissect, we ponder, we ruminate, often losing ourselves in the labyrinthine corridors of our own thoughts. This, my friends, is the realm of overthinking. Overthinking, like a double-edged sword, can both empower and paralyze us. It can lead to brilliant insights and creative breakthroughs, but it can also trap us in a cycle of doubt, fear, and indecision. It can transform simple choices into complex dilemmas, turning everyday decisions into monumental struggles. Consider, for instance, the story of a man who found himself facing a seemingly trivial predicament, the choice of which shoe to put on first. This man, a creature of habit, typically started his day by putting on his left shoe first. But on this particular morning, a mischievous thought entered his mind. What if, he pondered, I were to start with my right shoe today? Would it alter the course of my day? Would it bring me good fortune or misfortune? He became consumed by this seemingly inconsequential decision, his mind racing through a myriad of possibilities. He weighed the pros and cons of each option, analyzing the potential consequences of each choice. He considered the implications for his work, his relationships, his very existence. He paced back and forth, his mind a whirlwind of conflicting thoughts. And as the minutes ticked by, he remained barefoot, paralyzed by the paradox of choice. See, isn't it funny how we've become so attached to these little devices, these digital mirrors? We hold them up, not to reflect our own faces, but to see how others perceive us. We crave these little clicks, these thumbs ups, these hearts, as if they are the true measure of our worth. We post pictures of our food, our travels, our every thought, hoping for a chorus of approval. But what happens when the chorus falls silent? What happens when the likes don't come? Does the food taste any less delicious? Is the journey any less enriching? Is the thought any less profound? Now imagine a monk high in the Himalayas meditating in a cave. Does he need validation from the mountain goats? Does he need likes from the snow leopards? No, his validation comes from within. His worth is not measured by external applause, but by the stillness of his mind, the depth of his breath, the clarity of his vision. He finds joy not in being seen, but in simply being. He understands that true fulfillment comes not from the fleeting approval of others, but from the unwavering acceptance of oneself. So the next time you reach for your phone, yearning for that digital pat on the back, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, are you truly seeking validation? Or are you seeking connection? Are you looking for approval? Or are you looking for yourself? Because the truth is, my dear friends, the emptiest bowl is not the one without food, but the one without self-love. The emptiest life is not the one without followers, but the one without purpose. Fill your bowl, not with the fleeting flavors of external validation, but with the nourishing substance of self-acceptance. Fill your life not with the echoes of others' opinions, but with the resounding resonance of your own inner truth. The world is a noisy place, full of distractions, full of demands. It's easy to get lost in the cacophony, to lose sight of who we truly are. But the path to inner peace, the path to true joy, begins with a simple step turning inwards, looking within, not for validation, but for understanding, not for approval, but for acceptance, not for likes, but for love. And when you find that love, when you embrace that acceptance, you will realize that the only validation that truly matters is the validation of your own heart. Comparison, my friends, is the thief of joy. It's a bottomless pit, a never-ending race, a futile pursuit of an illusion. We look at others, at their apparent successes, their apparent perfections, and we measure ourselves against them, inevitably falling short. We forget that what we see is often a carefully curated facade, a highlight reel of their best moments, while we compare it to the entirety of our own messy, imperfect lives. Now imagine two monks, both striving for enlightenment, both seeking humility. One monk, seeing the other's simple attire, decides to wear even simpler clothes. The other monk, seeing this, decides to wear no clothes at all. This, my friends, is the absurdity of comparison. It leads us down a path of one-upmanship, a competition not of virtue, but of appearances. We are all unique, each with our own strengths, our own weaknesses, our own path to walk. Comparing ourselves to others is like comparing an apple to an orange. They are both fruits, both nutritious, both delicious, but they are different. There is no point in trying to make an apple more like an orange, or an orange more like an apple. The beauty lies in their diversity, in their unique qualities. So, embrace your uniqueness, celebrate your individuality, and stop comparing yourself to others. Focus on your own journey, your own growth, your own evolution. Because the only comparison that truly matters is the comparison between who you are today and who you were yesterday. The only competition that truly matters is the competition with yourself, the striving to become a better version of yourself, day by day. Holding a grudge is like carrying a heavy stone in your pocket. It weighs you down, slows you down, Let go of the grudges you hold. Release the heavy stones you carry. Move forward with grace, ease, and joy. See, in today's world, everyone thinks they must juggle many things at once. They call it multitasking. They believe it is efficiency. But is it truly so? Is the mind truly capable of focusing on multiple things at once? Or are we simply rapidly switching our attention, creating the illusion of doing many things simultaneously? Like a monkey swinging from branch to branch, never truly settling, never truly present. This constant flitting about dissipates energy, scatters focus, and ultimately leads to less, not more being accomplished. Isn't it so? Now imagine a man eager to embrace the modern ideal of multitasking. He decides to meditate, cook, and practice yoga all at the same time. He sits in lotus position, eyes closed, attempting to focus on his breath, while simultaneously stirring a pot of lentils and stretching his leg towards the ceiling. A chaotic ballet of misplaced intentions. He tries to find his center amidst the swirling spices and the precarious balancing act, but his mind, like a startled bird, flits from one task to another. Where is the stillness? Where is the focus? He chants while chopping onions, his mind a whirlwind of conflicting thoughts. Is the heat too high? Am I breathing deeply enough? Is my posture correct? This divided attention leads to a burnt dinner, a sore back, and a mind more agitated than peaceful. He has achieved not efficiency, but a comical display of scattered energy. So is this multitasking, or is it simply multi-failing? The human mind, though a remarkable instrument, is not designed for this fragmented existence. It thrives on focus, on single-pointed attention. Like a laser beam, it can penetrate the depths of any subject, any task, when directed with unwavering clarity. But when scattered like a shotgun blast, it loses its power, its precision. It becomes a source of distraction, not of accomplishment. So the next time you feel the urge to multitask, remember the man with the burnt lentils and the sore back. The human mind often shies away from challenges, seeking comfort in the familiar. But true potential is discovered in adversity. Those who dare to climb find wonder at the summit, embrace challenges. They are opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Within each of us resides an inner critic, whispering doubts and fears. It tells us we're not good enough, undermining our confidence. But one day, a wave startled him, and he tumbled into the water. He discovered he could swim, silencing his inner critic. Challenge your negative thoughts and unleash your potential. Self-discipline is not about harshness, but aligning with your deepest longing. Like a gardener pruning roses, discipline helps you bloom. Do you want a wild jungle or a flourishing garden within? Choose what nourishes you. Discard what weakens you. Discipline channels your energies in the right direction. Make discipline a non-negotiable part of your day. Strengthen your will and master your inner world. Gratitude is a fundamental life force, the seed from which joy blossoms. When grateful, we acknowledge the abundance around us. But we often forget to appreciate what we have. Like a farmer trusts the process, gratitude is about trusting life. We see beauty in the ordinary, magic in the mundane. True happiness comes from appreciating what we have. And there you have it, folks. 10 habits that make you mentally weak, shared with wisdom and humor by our wonderful monk. Remember, these are not commandments carved in stone, but rather gentle nudges, invitations to explore the vast landscape of your inner world. The journey to mental strength is not about achieving perfection, but about continuous growth, about constantly striving to become a better version of yourself. Just as a gardener tends to his plants, nurturing them with care and attention, so too must you tend to the garden of your mind. Weed out the negative thoughts, the limiting beliefs, the self-defeating habits. Cultivate the seeds of positivity, of gratitude, of self-discipline, and watch as your mind blossoms into its full potential. It's never too late to change. Every moment is a fresh opportunity to begin anew, to choose a different path, to create a new story for yourself. Don't be afraid to stumble, to fall, to make mistakes. It's through these experiences that we learn, that we grow, that we become stronger. So embrace the journey, my friends. Embrace the challenges, the ups and downs, the twists and turns, and remember, you are not alone.